Welcome back, Dapper Dialogue family. Woo! This podcast is sponsored by Beyond Noir
3P Legacy.
and today you have your host and co-host here with. Well, you have your host Troy Jr. and our co-host
D Prince the Barber.
with our two guest appearances today.
Live.
And
Days.
okay, so as it's gonna be a long episode, I can see already. But as you can see, we usually don't have guests. We've been talking to y'all about bringing guests in, working on that, and all those types of things. Today will be our first episode with guests. I think this is the first episode or the second episode of the new year.
Yep.
Probably about the second episode of the new year. The setup will keep evolving, so we'll have many more things changing and coming in the future. You may be able to see two dogs. You may not be able to see it if they want to be on camera or not. That's their choice. We appreciate you stopping by. Make sure that like, comment, and subscribe. Follow us on all social media platforms on the screen. The brand sponsored is also on the screen. Follow that as well. So for the people who don't know, tell us who you are. Start with Dejan. Just tell us who you are.
Dejana Morris. What do you mean?
Who are you?
I'm your sister.
Okay, and you're my sister.
Start over.
Wow.
Start over.
You're my sister.
Start over. Cut. Let's start it all over.
You're my sister, and what else?
You gotta start it all over.
I can't start it over.
Yeah,
no, it's not no cut.
She said she's just gonna have to cut it, Mama.
I'm just asking you simple questions.
All right.
You're my sister, and
Come on.
what is the problem?
I don't come over here. All right. Go ahead. Who are you? What she is? All right.
Come on, just tell them who you is.
I'm Troy's sister and Troy's sister and DeAndre's wife.
Oh, is that hard? And who are you?
I'm Liv. I'm the mama.
Okay. So got that out the way. Sit down. Got that out the way. Okay. So
Come on, let's take a shot.
yeah,
So
get your shot. Whatever. Okay.
Hey, come on, up to it, down to it.
All right, man. Y'all can just drink it.
Wait, I need a chaser.
It's all right.
You
Chase
need
it.
a chaser too?
Chase it with some
Come on,
spit.
throw
Give me some of your water.
Throw that back so we can get in here.
Oh shit!
Finish
There you
that.
go.
Come on.
We don't need no chaser. We don't chase around here. No, you don't need that.
Finish that so we can get into it.
Man, come on! I ain't gotta finish it. Ooh, pass the hookah.
Okay. Anyways, one thing we like to ask each other on this podcast a lot, and now that we have guests, we'll ask you as well, is how are y'all feeling and how are y'all mental health as of right now?
That's a tight one.
So we can start off on a scale. On a scale of 1 to 10, rate your mental health. 10 being good, 1 being bad.
It's about 8.
Okay. Care to elaborate? What is causing such a stress or strenuous on your mental?
We just moved out here in August, and it just seemed like one thing after another kept happening. We couldn't get on our feet. Something always happened. but now we finally on the right track. So it's finally a relief and finally like it's all coming together.
Okay, okay. Now, mom, what would you rate your mental health? 1 to 10?
And you said 10 being good, huh?
No, 10 is worse. No, I mean,
10 is good, one is
yeah,
bad.
10 is the best, 1 is worse.
10 is the best. I'm good. I say I'm 10.
Okay, and what is causing you to believe that about your own mental health? What things, occasions, circumstances have been occurring to make you feel such in the high spirits?
I'm blessed, highly favored. I got my children with me. I got a job. I can pay my bills. I can go out to eat when I want to go out to eat. I'm Gucci. You know what I'm saying? I ain't really got no stress. I ain't complaining. You know, I appreciate the small things in life. So, no complaints here.
Okay, okay. And DeAndre, you can go ahead. We already asked each other, but we can still chime in. Just keep it
Yeah, I mean,
brief.
she said some valid points right there. I mean, it's good to stay best, you know.
Mhm.
But yeah, it's been some difficult times since we moved here, but everything falling in place, you know.
So,
Might
what
not
is
be.
yours? What's your number?
I mean, I can say I'm like around 10 being the best.
Yeah.
I'll say right now, in my perspective, I'm like a 6.
Damn.
Yeah, it's
That's
just, I
honest.
mean,
Move.
the stuff that I, like I said, how I was
Oh,
sick and all of that. So I mean, that played a big part. I'm actually getting better now. So I mean, it's the time coming. Come on, sit
okay,
down.
so one thing I want to ask everybody, and you can just feel free to chime in, is where do y'all see this year going? Uh, career wise, life wise, goal wise. You know, if you were to map out the year, or if you were to see some checkpoints along the road, what do you think is in your near future, and what is in the end future for 2024?
I think it's gonna be a lot of stuff that we learn that we don't know that we take with us for the rest of our
Okay? And what do you plan on
life.
doing that you should have done last year and you want to do this year?
Make the most money that I can make in the time that I
Okay. And what about you, Mom,
have. What question you asking?
for the first one?
Which was, can you repeat the question?
For 2024, where do you see near goals, far goals? What are some checkpoints along the road? Like, what do you have in mind for your vision for the new year?
Hmm. So actually, some of my 2024 goals is actually coming from 2023 that I didn't accomplish. Which I'm looking to do an Airbnb. That's one of my goals. I want to do have a second income. You know,
Mm,
I feel like if you ain't got two incomes or more, then
What you
you
doing?
yeah, what you doing? You
Mm-mm.
really ain't back up, shouty.
King, come
Back
sit
up.
down.
Mama, just
You
talk.
really
Do
ain't.
all the extra stuff.
Can you
They
stop
can
trying to?
tell the dog to back up.
He by me, not them. So, anyways, um, yeah, a second income, two or three would be great. But the first one I'm trying to work on is an Airbnb.
Okay, I'm gonna stop you right there. So I've heard you say this before.
Hmm.
What has why haven't like what is the delay? Why hasn't you started? What is the reasoning?
Because I mean, as my son, you probably should know that I'm not a half starter or someone who starts something and don't complete it. So Airbnb, you gotta have some cheese stacked up. You need money to get the spot. You need money to furnish it. You need to have some money set aside. So I don't want to just jump out there half-ass, you know what
Mm,
I'm saying, and start something and then be like, oh, I gotta put it on the back burner because I need this, or half-ass do it basically. I want the spot to be nice. I want it to be somewhere that I would rent. I don't want to put just no any kind of furniture in there. I want it to be nice. I mean, I'm not gonna try to go all out like it's my house because I know people may tear that shit up, but I do want it to be something nice. So I want to stack my coins to get it legit. It's gonna be my business. It's gonna be my baby. It's something I want to be proud of. My name is gonna be attached to it. So I don't want to just be like, oh, this was my Airbnb. It was trash, but then the next one, nah. This me is gonna be a representation of me. So I
So
want
where
to
you
come
want to start
correct.
at? You want to start like what area you want to start in?
Yeah, you
Like, is
looking
you want to start in
Dallas?
Dallas, or do you
Oh,
want to?
Dallas for sure. Dallas for sure.
Do you plan
Um,
on like wandering out, or are you gonna just keep it in Dallas?
well, I'm gonna take it step by step, and I'm gonna let the Lord lead me. So my first goal is Dallas, and then wherever the opportunities go from there is up. I'm not gonna put myself in a box and say I only want to be in Dallas or that's
Hmm.
all I want to do. But I'm gonna take it step by steps. You know, piece by piece.
What about like houses, duplexes, apartments? Like, cause
So what I'm gonna
you could do apartments on Airbnb. You could
Yeah,
do.
that's what I've been thinking about apartments because I don't know if y'all know, but Dallas is really growing, and we're supposed to be getting a Universal Studios out here. So that's gonna bring a lot of traffic to the area. Oh, excuse me, guys. That's gonna bring a lot of traffic to the area. What are you laughing for, bro? So, when that come, I want to be prepared. People coming with their kids and stuff. It's just
Airbnb in apartments before. It was
I was about to say, I heard that they're about to build a casino here too.
Yeah, so the
Yeah.
money
and
is the money is gonna come. It's gonna come. I mean, it's already coming. Dallas is growing, period. But yeah, I want to be prepared, and I think 2024 is definitely the year to just step out on
venture out.
faith and get to that bag, make it happen. Um, yeah, and accomplish some goals. And let me ask you, what's your goals or aspirations for 2024?
Well, I mean, we talk about it quite often, but one thing that I've been stressing and communicating lately about
God bless you. God bless
You about to say
somebody
some truth.
somebody talking about me.
you.
But one thing that I've been saying, like I started towards I've been started, but as the year ended and as we got started in this year, one thing that I've been such a strict stickler for is maintaining my belief system and faith. So I'm at a point where I'm letting go and let God 100%. That's really all I'm doing. Because the more I think about things, the more I realize it's not in my control. Uh, and I really have no say so over anything. Whether I wake up tomorrow, whether I get another second of air, anything. So my thing that I've been trying and working towards applying to my life is not making it my dreams and what I want to do, but I want what I'm doing to be according to God's will. And that's how I've been living my life going from the beginning of the year past all that. So that's my goal. And so far, while that's been happening, things have been going great. I've been seeing nothing but progress. But another thing is though is that even throughout the highs and the lows, they say you're never as good as they say you are, but you're never as bad as they say you are either. So my thing is not getting too high, not getting too low. Sometimes I like to indulge into the lows more than the highs because the highs are guaranteed to come. The lows are inevitable as well. However, though, it's something about the negativity that sometimes sticks out a lot more than the positivity. But I personally, I like to read and indulge into the negativity from a creative aspect, depending on what I'm doing, really in everything. So and that's what I'm looking towards as well.
Well, I like your answer, but I'm gonna have to ask you to elaborate on it
I just
because
elaborated.
I mean, you know, you gave a broad answer as saying
Letting
whatever
God
God
lead you.
leads
But
you
what
to.
is what,
But
what
what are you asking God for? Because yeah, order my steps in His name. I want God to lead me too, but you have to ask Him for what you want. So what are you asking him for? What are you asking him to order your steps for? Where do you want him to lead you to?
I mean, at one point, I did want whatever I was doing to be fast,
Mhm.
but or trying to turn something like around quick.
Yeah.
But I mean, I've been, well, if we just speaking of business wise, I started 2020, rebranded 2022. So I mean, I've been doing it a few years now, and I've been watching the process. And my biggest thing is that I'm just seeing growth. I'm seeing growth, whether it's fast, slow, high, low, it doesn't matter. And then on top of that, I'm seeing peers who are going through the same steps that might not be as big and they're doing well. Some people are a lot bigger and they're doing worse, depending on who you're talking to. So I'm seeing all these things, so I know anything is possible. So if I'm seeing other people doing X, Y, and Z, I know, well, if they doing this, I can do it too. When I see my peers and all these other things around me, I don't get jealous or anything. I use it as motivation. I get happy when I see my peers or even my competitors doing well, because that just makes the market a lot larger. A lot of people say the clothing brand market is saturated. It is, but it isn't, because the good brands and the brands that have something will always stand the test of time. If you look up now, look at all the brands now that were hot at one point that kind of fell off, where there's not the same. Like prime example is what was Diddy clothing brand?
Sean
Sean
John.
John. It
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
was hot at one point, but it didn't stand the test of time, probably because of the substance, the lack of substance behind it. Who knows? He can bring it back, but from what I was understood is that he sold the company, so there wasn't no substance if you could just sell it, and then they don't build off all. Nike could get sold tomorrow and that'll still keep going because of what that brand stands for. So things like that, I'm just like going according to those type of things. So I'm not really too worried about anything, honestly.
Okay.
But as February is approaching, Black History Month, uh, if we were to get like one rule or one thing that can happen, I go down the line. But if one thing can happen for our race or your community or black people in general, like that, say if you were to say it and this would happen,
Hmm.
what would y'all want to be? You can start us off, DeAndre. It can be anything. It can be something reasonable, unreasonable, ironic. It can be anything, and something to benefit black people or the community, or it can be from sending black people to Mars, or whatever. So, so what would yours be if you could pick one thing for the black
Uh,
community or black people?
I mean, I wouldn't even know how to put that in words, to be honest, like something like that. But I can say maybe food, like food spots, like some food spots, man. It's like us as black folk, we like seasoned food.
Hmm.
And you're not gonna get that everywhere. So I feel like if we can have more people like Southern style to actually has that Louisiana feeling or some type of like Creole feeling to where everything will be to where everybody, because we can always mix things up. We can make stuff to where it's hot, just a little season, but you like it. You can make it to where it's spicy. You got some people that it's bland. So I feel like if they have more spots like that, like as a community, we come together and the people that does do Louisiana food, and we can bring that out, I'll be cool with that.
Okay, Lejeune.
Hmm. I don't know. Something to do. Well, I don't know. It's kind of hard because it's like I would say a community just for blacks, like because but it's kind of hard because people get out of character and they get out of hand, and it's hard. So it's like if you say just like an all not to like an all black community with people that are wealthy making so much, like you have to make so much a year just to live in this area, because I was watching this show
And
The Black Hamptons.
yeah, so
Yeah, yeah,
it's
yeah.
that's like a lot of like nice people.
The black what?
Hamptons.
That's a
It's a
shit.
Yeah, it's a show.
Yeah,
That
it's
motherfucker.
good.
so like it's like a subdivision only blacks, and I'm assuming they make a certain amount, and just have like their own food court. They're just a community with all blacks helping each other. No fighting, no cussing. No none of this.
Hold up, no cussing.
I mean,
Yeah, if you gonna have black folks there, you know it's gonna be cursing.
I mean, if I call somebody a bitch, then they want to fight, and it's a whole big deal.
So,
you know what I'm
so
saying?
basically, segregation.
No, I mean like where the whites can come.
I put it to you like this: if you got good food, that goes back to food. If you got good food or something like that, bro, it's always gonna be good. It's always gonna be a good ordeal if you have something like that.
I do think if there was more good like more like good home, like a lot more good mom and pop or even chain places in
Home
communities,
cooking.
I think that would bring like more like a homey environment because
Yeah, and
just
it'll bring more people.
I was about to say just like something small, but just imagine if there was like a decent barbecue place every like 4 to 5 mile radius, and a place that was more like community based, like maybe or environmental, like for the nearby people. So you got people coming out and just eating barbecue or something, having a good time in these
Do y'all have that out
areas.
here? Like, do y'all have like the food? Like, do y'all have southern food trucks that like cooks like rice and gravy and stuff?
They don't be good though. That's why we gonna start ours.
You just gotta find a location. They had one spot in Austin. It was like straight food trucks. Remember?
Yeah, we went there. Remember with Jarvis and them? It was like a whole bunch.
The baked potato.
Yeah, it was like a whole bunch, and it was trees and like a
Oh
little.
yeah.
All right. So my answer is um kind of like Dejana, but more on I would hope and wish and pray for black people to stick together. And when I say stick together, help each other because we always say Mexicans be 12 of them mugs staying in the house. They ain't arguing about who paying the bills. They all putting in together to help each other. They all building together to get a brand or build a business. They get a construction brand, the whole construction company, the whole family help. Asians, they do the same thing. They help each other start a nail shop. Boom. Then the next one help each other. But black people is like, oh, where he come from? Oh, he think he better than us, or they always counting other people pocket and watching other people instead of just helping. Like you say, where he come from? You know where he come from. So why you hating on this man if he trying to do better, or this woman if they trying to do better? And if y'all come from the same place, you should be excited because then it's a possibility.
Oh.
They came up from where I came up, so I could come up from there too. Just help each other more as like other nationalities. We don't like to help each other. We always want to gatekeep. Just to like simple stuff about credit. They put their people on. They put them on as authorized users. They help my black people. Shit, I ain't learned about credit till I got on my own. That's why I try to tell my kids a little bit, about credit or whatever. But that will be my thing for us to help each other more.
Like the lady at the dealership.
Yeah, help each other more just to build up one another instead of worrying about if they gonna get too big for you.
Is that illegal? Is that legal? This and that. Just trying to bring them down, find anything wrong with it, just because.
Or worrying about if you tell them something, they gonna grow better than you because you didn't put them on.
Yeah.
Like one thing you cannot do is project somebody else possibilities or goals in life because you don't know what their steps are or where they're headed. So you're not God. So
I do think a lot of people project, especially on when it comes to black people, it's like a crab in a bucket mentality because everybody want to see. It's like everybody racing, everybody on the track. We all start off in the same spot, right?
Mm-hmm.
And everybody before the race starts, hey man, best of luck, man. Hey, I want you to win. I want you. Hey, you the fastest. Hey, you faster than me. Go, go. Then, oh, you from my neighborhood. Go. Hey, you win. We win for the neighborhood. Then now it's getting to the end of the race. they gonna try to trip you because whoa, you're not finna beat me. My mama in the stands. I want to be
Mhm.
the one from the neighborhood to win. And
Yeah.
then sometimes, so you got all these people trying to pull you back and trying to scale above you. And then so I think that's why whenever you get that one or that one person that beat that and get out of it and finish the race like he was supposed to, you're like, I'm gonna keep running, I'm gone. Because
Right.
these folks was just with me. And then soon as I was finna win the race, it was me versus 12. And before it was everybody was in their own lane. Now I'm in my own lane and everybody else in my lane with me, trying to chase me down.
Right.
So I think that plays a big part of to kind of what you were saying as well, because I think a lot of people they just everything seem real until it is real.
Hmm.
And once it's almost attainable, I think that's when a lot of people start to like snap into place. And like say if a 25-year-old go buy their house and in your family or something, then you like, oh, congratulations. And once it starts to sink in, you like, dang, they 25 and they just bought a house.
What they doing illegal?
No,
You
not
know, the
even
first
that.
thing they want to
Or
say.
or they could be
Yeah,
like
definitely ain't gonna say
they could
nothing
be like
positive.
they could be like they 25 and they just bought a house, and they can look at it the other way. They can be like, dang, I'm 29 and I ain't got a house. I'm renting, and then
But they are still at that, and that's what they'll still hate though. That's
yeah, but that's when they'll turn that curiosity into negativity. Because then they're
Hmm.
because they
like,
never because they didn't get it yet.
Right.
exactly.
So yeah, it's
Instead of being like, man, I'm glad they learned how to get it quicker than I did. They
or
they
motivated, like get
yeah.
them motivated. Like if I see like I like my cousin, he got a house. We around the same age. That motivated me to work harder. Like it was like, oh yeah, if he could do it, and we grew up together, I know I could do it. So I mean that motivated me. But some people they would hate on it. They be like, man, how he got a house? It got to be the woman that he with, or it got to be this and this. Like they'll never bring out the positive. It's straight negative. But all that energy that they got and all of that, they can be using it for something good. But
Definitely.
And it definitely transfers. If you're around it so much
yeah,
and hear it so much, you're gonna start talking it, and you're not gonna see it until somebody else point it out.
Hmm.
It's like I was talking to my cousin. He was like, "Man, I gotta stop being negative." He was slapping himself. I'm like, "What are you doing?" He was like, "Everything I said was negative." I'm like, "Yeah, you need to get that straight, folks." He was like, "Man, I don't know what's wrong with me." Negative energy travels and you gotta know when, if you part of it or not, and you gotta get out of it. Sometimes you can get trapped. It's you gotta
Yes, it's
find
like a
yourself.
sunken place. You
I
Mm-hmm.
know.
think I think it starts off with the from the biggest all the way down to the smallest things as well. Like that's why I focus so much on the smaller things, because I think it's easy to develop small habits rather than big habits. Because say if you you on a diet or something, right? And you've been going to the store and buying snacks, okay? That's a big habit for you to drive to the store and get back, like, and to continuously going to buy something that is not good for you. The habit is the small thing once you have it and continuously doing it. So say you buy some chips or something, and now you constantly, oh, let me go grab some chips, or let me do this. So I'm always focused on the small thing especially when it comes to like negativity and things, because the small thing or the little things, like maybe even just cursing a lot. Like I tell y'all all the time about cursing and yelling and stuff like that, because that alone just creates a negative environment. It doesn't have to be a negative environment, or it might not be a negative environment, but you could be talking about who got the nicest house or who got the nicest car, or it could be something like, but I mean, I think yelling and all that creates a negative environment, because I mean, just like, okay, look at like a birthday party or something, right? Everybody, let's say a modern birthday party, a dinner party, or a club outing or something where a lot of people are just in the same space. Uh, it also, because nowadays society, it's hard for a group of people to come together without, what's the word I'm looking for?
Confrontation.
Nah, without like nowadays society, it's hard for you to like even come together as one and enjoy one another's presence
King.
without there being a side of like maybe some sort of vice or something, alcohol or something like that. So at a birthday party, prime example, everybody having a good time, yeah, 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 alcohol getting their system, and then yelling and all that, and then a lot of clouded judgment, people talking, loud talking, and then that's why you see so many arguments at these functions and groups and all that because once you're in that state of mind, it only takes one or two things that can switch it on and make everything go life from left to right. But on the contrary, when you see people in like a high end restaurant for a birthday party or something like that, they're not getting all wild and drunk. They're not yelling. They're having a conversation and a respectful tone, things like that. So that's why I think negative and then cursing that should be a given on why that creates a negative environment because no matter what you say or how you say it, you can say one thing and it can be wait you said this or they could think you calling them something. So that's why I just prefer not to be around those type of environments if possible anytime.
Well, I mean, I feel like that's a two-way street because if you, I mean, I can you could picture both. So you could picture a birthday party with people drinking, acting wild. Now, when I say that, give me your picture of that. What type of party is that?
It's a birthday party.
Like what? What is it?
Kids, adults.
Okay.
Not a modern day perk, but
What? Like they at the house? They at the club? What? What do you see?
I mean, nowadays,
like a
even
brunch
for black
spot.
folks, it's gonna be something wherever you go.
Well, you say that, but then you can shit. You go to the White House. They got wine. They got drink.
But they're
That's a
not,
Yeah,
party.
but it's limited.
and
It
they're
does,
not
we didn't say
loud.
that wasn't limit. You said drinking and a party,
Well,
and it
yeah,
was.
but once you start drinking, ain't no limit. But if you go to a White House or organization,
But
something
what I'm
like that,
trying to
it's gonna
say
have a
is,
limit.
it
But
doesn't necessarily mean that every time you're at an event and you drink that there has to be an
No,
I
but
know
altercation.
I'm not saying that, and I'm not putting a race thing on it either. I'm saying because it's white and black,
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
but I'm saying that it's go hand in hand is what I'm saying. So
Right.
yeah, you can be drunk, have a good time, or be drinking, have a good time. But the odds of you drinking and having a good time and having all these loud conversations,
Hmm.
that's not likely.
Yeah, I
And
mean,
vice versa, you
I
may
just
be.
feel like it's a time and a place for everything,
There's never
and
a time for
yes, it
yelling and
is.
alcohol.
Well, it's not even that it's yelling and alcohol. I'm just saying like you can go and have a
You
dinner
can have an event with drinks and have
and
a good time.
exactly. It's just
But
who the people there and do these people know how to control the alcohol and are they
It's
clowns?
it's like 1 out of 5 person
to me, I
that's
think it's
gonna act
more
out.
of a character thing. Like me personally, I wouldn't want my character to be at risk or and all this because you in a situation where you're drinking, you're yelling and cussing. It just looks a little like
Yeah, I understand
lesser
what you're
than.
saying, but what I'm trying to say is just because there's alcohol involved doesn't mean that it has to be confrontations or loud people. It's how you carry yourself. You can go to several events. You can go to a party that your job is hosting, a Christmas party, and they have alcohol there. You don't know how to control your alcohol. You probably gonna act out, but you don't care if it's your job or not. But if you know how to control your alcohol, you can go to a event, a Christmas party that your job is hosting and drink and have a good time. So I think it's the person themselves that don't know how to control their alcohol. So therefore they're loud, obnoxious, and doing those things. Because you can go to the White House, you can go to a gala. There's drinks everywhere. You could go to an event after the BET party. I mean,
Okay,
you're
we
always
get it.
gonna have events that have alcohol. It doesn't mean that it's gonna be a rah-rah thing.
But it's a higher chance of something happening,
Yeah,
basically. It's like it's a higher chance. I feel like that's what he's saying. It's a higher chance of stuff happening though when you have yelling and alcohol. It's definitely a higher chance because
Well, for sure. I
because
mean, that's
most people that drink they don't know how to handle their liquor.
I mean, honestly, people who that's not true. I drink. I know how to handle my liquor.
Most people.
you don't
Yeah.
drink.
I mean,
When
I
you do
drink.
drink,
I do drink. I don't drink like an alcoholic.
don't get drunk.
Yeah.
Wait, since we're on that, what do you consider an alcoholic?
Well, hold on. Pause. I think you should drink and not get drunk. Period. First, one. And if you're drunk, that means you're out of control. Anyone that is drunk is out of control. You can drink socially, have one drink, two drinks,
Not
however
necessarily.
much it
Not
takes you to
necessarily.
get drunk.
I think you can get drunk and not be an alcoholic. My thing, what I think is an alcoholic, and I told DeAndre, is I think is when it becomes a routine.
Yeah, like, oh, it's the weekend, we gotta drink.
If you
Oh, it's the
drinking
weekend, we
every
gotta drink.
weekend, or
I don't consider that
think
an alcoholic.
What do you think? When you
I
drink
consider if you
every
drinking
day,
every weekend and you working, like so say you work Monday
one
through
beer,
Friday,
two beers is not
and you
one or two
drinking.
drinks,
I feel like an
maybe.
alcoholic is drinking every day. Every day, you
That's
gotta have some type of liquor in your system
I
every day.
also think it depends on how you drink.
yeah, like if you're
If you're
drinking
if you,
nothing with it
I was about to
mixed,
say if you drinking
straight,
dark or white or whatever, and it's just straight all the time, and it's on a routine, that's an alcohol.
that's cold.
That's alcoholic symptoms.
Yeah,
They need to call a
basically,
1-800 number.
basically, an alcoholic is a person who cannot function without drinking.
Yeah.
That's an alcoholic.
So that basically
So-
every day.
Well, I think not. Like Troy said, a routine.
It's just like a weed head. You think you know somebody who a weed head? They gotta smoke every single day to function. A crackhead, they gotta have crack every day to function. Alcoholic, they gotta have alcohol every day to function.
It's a thin line between habits and addiction.
Yeah, it is.
Mhm.
Because you can be a person who have a habit of drinking and go to work every day, control yourself, but when the weekend come, you let loose because it's a habit. But Friday hit, you finna get good, you
Mhm.
finna drink and
And then
enjoy
back to
yourself.
work
And
Monday.
Monday you back straight like it is because that's your habit, that's your routine. But alcoholic, same thing, crackhead, weedhead is somebody who cannot function without it. They need it to function.
Yeah.
They
They gotta have
they
that
gotta have
two
I
things.
feel like that's a few different things though. Because alcoholic, all right, so that's just like if you do coke or something. If you do, you're not just doing it just for that. You doing it the whole day. Like every time you feel like that high is going away, you going back to do it. I feel like that's when it makes you that. Or like it's the same thing
That's
with
an
weed.
addiction.
That's what we talking about.
Yeah, because
No, I mean an addict.
The alcoholic, you not. If you go to work, you're not drinking. You're not gonna.
Well,
but as soon as you get off, soon as 8 o'clock or 5 o'clock hit, you go and get you something.
I think the first real signs like of you being fully like an alcoholic or addiction is like okay, you get the routine and all that. But I think once you get to the point where you like keeping alcohol in your car, or even
stashed,
or the people that can drink and drive, like they like, oh, I can drink, and they're like, oh, but I'm not gonna get drunk all this. And when you get to the point where you start drinking behind the wheel, and that's like just a normal, that's like
casual.
that's equivalent to a normal person like Gatorade or like, that's just what you.
Oh, girl, this
yeah.
juice.
Yeah, here, man, drink this. I got this in the car. You thirsty?
For lunchtime, that 15-minute break,
Ooh.
gotta
Take
go
you a
to
little
that
shot.
cop, that little fifth.
Mm-mm.
Get right. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's definitely. I mean, it can get bad.
And then also,
Definitely
I
can
feel
get
like
bad.
an alcoholic is a person who does that. They have to drink to function, but then they also cannot hold their liquor because they get drunk,
Yeah.
sloppy, they throwing up, they want to argue, they want to fight. That's an alcoholic. They can't hold their liquor, but they want to drink
And
it
they
up,
know it. They
and
don't
they
care.
know, and they don't
just
care.
Be crazy.
They don't care in that moment.
Mm-hmm.
They don't care in that
But when
moment,
they
and then when they
sober-
sober up, they think about it. Then they go drink again and forget that it ever happened, and that's just a routine. They just keep forgetting.
I think if you get blackout drunk, like more than once a month, getting blackout drunk, you're an alcoholic. That's early signs. Like even if you just getting blackout
Say that's
drunk,
early signs.
like once a month or something, like or twice a month, you blacking out.
That's tiring. And if you have a
you
spouse,
don't-
that's you can't do that.
you don't pay.
If it's an accident, okay. If you can't get blacked out every
I
2
feel like
weeks.
if you
That's
get
every
drunk,
paycheck.
if you get drunk on your
Jesus.
work day, you're alcoholic.
Gotta go to work.
Like I feel like if you gotta drink before you go to work, and you gotta like even if you drinking afterwards and you getting drunk instead of drinking some wine or something, but you trying to get drunk, I feel like you're an alcoholic. Why you just can't wait till the weekend to drink?
But back to what I was talking about with the black people. My thing, what I would do if I could pick one thing that would be for black people in the community or benefit myself, I think one thing that I would want would be, which is maybe a little contrary to most. I think we need more black police officers and enforcement and stuff like that. Now, granted, no black person would want to do that because of the routines and the speculations that come with it and all the negativeness and the sellout, all that extra stuff. But I think we need more polices, but more black polices as well. Because just imagine you you could just be walking down the neighborhood like I see cops patrolling around here all the time. I don't nah, I got pulled over one time by a black cop here. Just when I saw he was black, I was like, oh okay, I'm cool. And even if he was one of those, those type of black cops, just because he was black though, it didn't
Was
give
a
me
sign of relief.
yeah, it didn't make me feel all
Threatened.
tense and threatened and stuff like that.
But they got some of that out there.
And they do, but if we're being realistic, the odds of that is a lot more to the
Less.
lower, yeah, to the lower side. But I do think, but I think even the ones that are that's black that play on the other side, I think that's because they're corrupted by these police environments because these police environments are majority not black, like police officers. They're every other race but black. You might have a small percentage that is black. Now, if you look at the statistics, there might be a large number of black policemen, but in one area, that's not the case. So I think for our communities and all that, I think we need probably if not double amount of police that there are. But I also think we need 3 times as many more black cops. Because I think if we just had more black cops, imagine y'all just outside having a good time. You see a black cop roll by, you're not gonna be nervous. He might even say, "Hey, what y'all got going?" A little something like that. You see a white cop come pull up, and y'all having a family get together, or something. Y'all outside later at
Everybody
night,
just be like,
shh, 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 and nobody want nobody to talk. They sending one out to talk for the group. Who gonna talk to him? Like it's all this other stuff. Like it's just so much negative behind police officers and what they stand for. So I think if we had more black police officers, that would be. I think that would just help the environment. Period. Because I think that would be a good measuring stick for young black kids that don't know what they want to do, so they can see, oh, okay, there are black policemen. This could be an option for me. Like you see a lot of black military people. Everybody, there's a lot of black people in the military. A lot of people see that. A lot of people got a lot of family members that's veteran. That's a realistic, viable option for them going to their future. So if they saw more black cops, detectives, yada yada yada, they'd be like, "Oh, I could do this. This may be something that I could do." I think when they see just white people or all these other races, they're like, "This is just not something that I would be able to do."
Yeah, I agree, but to a certain extent because um it's a lot of black cops up there, but I think we need more black cops in the higher positions that are sergeants, that are captains, that's running the show, because they the ones who make the calls. So you can have the ringleader still be white and have a whole bunch of black cops, and he's still
So basically, you want more like higher rank.
exactly,
Yeah. So
exactly. Because if you got higher rank, and you can have a mixture of,
But that's where it came from with the corruption part. What he was saying is because think about it. If you got if the chief is not black, and but you got black people that's working under you, I feel like to be honest, it makes you start thinking about like a movie. Like the chief is crooked, but he got the black folks that's just going around like listening to him. They gonna whatever he say, he got to do. So I feel like when it goes back to you saying it should be the hire should be black, I feel like that would make a difference because if you got somebody that don't know what they doing or they trying to corrupt the cops, then it ain't gonna help. It ain't gonna help nothing. So I get that too.
And as Black History is approaching, a few more things. One thing I want to ask you: we uplifted black people. Now let's tear them down. What is something that you love and strongly dislike about black people? Period.
You
let
can
me
go
go.
ahead. Yeah.
So, like in school, 12th graders, would eat last, and
I mean, like habits,
yeah, I'm
not
getting
like
to
not
it. I'm getting to
okay.
it. So 12th graders eat last, and then uh we get food. Everybody eat, and it'd be a line of black people in line for get some more food. I'm like, dang, why you gotta be so greedy? We everybody get their own share. Go home and eat. You ain't gotta be act black and
But the
just
thing about
beg
that
for more
is,
food.
what if they not
Like,
eating at
I was
home?
about to say a lot of these black. You know how many times I've been to friends' houses or just being places.
yeah,
Period.
they don't got nothing to
And
eat.
or sometimes
Nothing.
that is their only meal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why they getting two meals. That's why they
Mama
doing
at
all that.
work, they don't know how to cook or
Like
nothing. So I
I
mean,
had a lot of friends that didn't even see their parents because they parents is asleep when they at school. They get off work. Their parents going to work. Like
mhm.
so, it's just like one of them on and off. You don't really see them until kind of like my schedule with y'all. I don't be seeing y'all. So just imagine a kid like that. It's just like they come home. It might be something in there, it might not, but they know it's something at school for sure.
Hmm.
So on a broader scope, basically, she's saying black people being greedy. So if you don't,
Whether it's with food or anything else
yeah, if
too.
you don't want to take it to school, you could just say in general,
Mhm.
like at a birthday party or something. Somebody, the black folks gonna need to take a plate home.
Hey, and or also, you know how it be like, man, you really acting black right now. Whenever you eat and then you just leave. You don't even conversate. You feel me? Like you go there, you be like, oh, what's up? Oh, the food. You come first of all, you come right when the food
The
come out.
food done?
You
I
sent your,
bet.
you sent your cousin a text message and asked him, hey man, the food finished. Then you pull up.
I mean, I don't
Like,
think that's acting black to me. That's what I do, but it's just because I value my time. And unless no, because but I mean I don't. I'm pretty sure some people go about life like this, some people don't. But my whole life, every day is a schedule in my mind, and I have certain things that I have planned on each schedule.
Hold
And
on, pause. So when you text me, the food done? No. You coming? Yeah, I'm gonna pull up. He ain't here yet. The food done? Almost done. All right, I'm about to pull up. The food done? Yeah, it's done. All right, bet I'm coming. You don't come until the food
but
done. You
that's one
supposed to
thing, real
socialize.
talk. But that's one thing though. Like black folks, they don't socialize like that. Like
but I
you,
mean I'm good. I'm down for a good socializing too. But it's like it just depends on the scenario. Like if it's like one of those like okay like holidays right, and it's everybody there. When it be so many people there, it's like you gotta try to talk to everybody and
Mm.
all that, which is cool for some people. But me, okay, it's just like when I go visit or even like certain families, it's not that you don't want to be around them. It's just that you could be trying to be in and out or
Mm.
have a respectful, good conversation or something, and then that can turn into something longer,
Uh-huh.
like talking to grandpa or mother or something like that. You could just be trying to check on them, and then you'll be on the phone with them 2 3 hours,
That's good.
and there's nothing wrong with that, but
Okay, so that was the thing you didn't like. What was the thing you do like?
Um, hmm. I think I see like more black females sticking together for each other versus black men, just because it's a man like a bigger man thing. Like a man came in the store, he was like, "No, you're gonna do this," and I'm like, "What?" And then it's just like, who got the bigger? Like I don't. It's like a man thing, but women they're like, "Yeah, girl, I got you," versus a man helping another man. Is you hardly see that unless it's family. Even then, still like dude was like if you dating somebody and then he'll go and date the cousin, it's like dudes just be doing stuff just to say they got the bigger, just because to say they got a bigger, I don't know,
Balls.
yeah,
That's what
bigger
you're trying to say?
balls. And then females will be like, yeah, girl, I got you, or yeah, this my cousin. It's just like it's easier and more for black females to help out each other versus black men. And if so, it's like it was forced upon them. Yeah, help them out. That's your cousin, and they really don't want to, only because you hardly. I think I like when you see black females helping each other
I was about to say, I think that is a good thing that that is. But I think the reasoning for black men not helping each other and all that is because it's more majority of the time everybody is trying to just see how something benefits them. So some people like, man, this doesn't, yeah, this like this don't benefit me. I can really care less. Or like a lot of times, I think one of the things that's like kind of embedded into women at a young age is that no matter what you do in life, there's always going to be somebody to help you. And from the men perspective, it's the total opposite. You learn at a young age that no matter what you're doing, nobody gonna help you. So I think that's why a lot of men go about those type of situations the way they do, because it's just a general aspect
Mm-hmm. All right, now what you think, DeAndre?
Wait, it's your turn.
DeAndre never went.
Oh,
So the
Thing you
to
don't like
bring
and what
down
you do, like.
to me, I mean, I always go back to food.
Oh my god.
It's gonna always go back to food.
But much.
Cause no, I be tired, and also I be tired of people posting videos on Facebook and they be putting food on there and they don't put a lick of seasoning. Like they don't even put salt and pepper. So I feel like if they had, honestly, if they had better food in a lot of places, like real good food, I feel like nobody that'll change people's days sometimes, bro. Like that's how I feel. I feel like food can change your mood. Like it
I
really
think it
can,
depends
bro.
on the person too. 'Cause, like it's some places that's good, but they like it's good, but it's expensive. So it's like I think whenever you find that common ground or something that's good and affordable, that's when you really,
Yeah. And that's the thing, you're not gonna see that.
So you see, black people don't be seasoning food.
Yeah, some of them.
So that's the thing you don't like.
So what's the thing you like about them? A brother or a sister? That's a tough one.
I just feel like, man, like I really like. I don't even, man. There's so much. I'm just trying to find the right one because I can go on with this, but man, really, it's I don't like. Well, I like that sometimes you can have really a true friend, like a black friend. To be honest, like you're not gonna find. I'm trying to. How can I do it? Like you're not gonna find. I don't even know how
Somebody
to.
like a brother like you
I
never
don't even know how
had.
to say it. I mean, it's because it's going to like I like it, but it's kind of as an I don't too. Because
A
I mean,
brother
because
that
it
you never
messes up.
had. Somebody that you got a close bond with that you don't even know.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could put it like that. I guess you could put it. You can have multiple. To be honest, you can have multiple like that. But
So what do you mean? You think you find somebody good and then they turn, so it still end up being bad, but you like.
What I'm hearing is like, okay, maybe you meet somebody, y'all grow, y'all become like friends from such a long
And then
time or
something
something.
happens.
No, and then they become family. But then they get
yeah,
to the point where it's like
They get
they
too
probably
comfortable.
too much of a family. Like you get to the point where you probably like, okay, yeah, y'all been knowing each other 10 years, whatever.
Why would you do that?
No,
And then they
no,
do something crazy.
no, not that. Probably like then they just probably start like just popping up on you or something like. But like they come to your house, they just all in your friends, just like
something like that. Like
you got a friend,
Like annoying.
You're like friend, yeah, it's no ill intent behind it. Yeah, maybe something like that. Like they come to your house and you like, man, I need a jacket. They just go into your closet.
There was something. It was something like that. Like
Yeah.
wearing your clothes or like, but like you said, it can be a good. It can be good. It can be bad. And I wouldn't even consider it bad. I just said, all right, now you're doing too much.
Yeah. Now, what about you, Mark?
The thing I like about black people is like we some adaptive motherfuckers. Like we can adapt to a lot of shit and fit in. You know, we could be anywhere and we could be the only black people there. And we know how to make everybody up in the room do what we do, or get down like we do, and be the life of the party. You know, we don't have a problem with being who we are. You know, we really don't change up when we get around other people. And I like that. I like that for us. Like you go on cruises or you go on vacation, you see black people, it's just like you get that vibe, like uh, a sense of, yeah, what's up, because we here, um thing I don't like, how people quick to jump on a bandwagon. um we will jump on a bandwagon quicker than, ooh, we
What kind
like
of bandwagon are you
fast.
talking
Yeah,
about?
like
Anything,
elaborate. Give us an
Anything.
example.
Okay, so example is, if they start posting that Biden, okay, this is a good example. Like one of y'all topics y'all was talking about, P. Diddy, you know, this man ain't been to nope now. Or I say whatever I gotta say.
Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly. You know, it was he he paid her. It was case closed. If this black people, all he did is he da 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 da, ready to drag him down, ready to oh, he paid her that fast because of this. That'd have been a white man. It'd have been on that day. Oh, he got money. That's why he did that. He got money. Case closed. We on to the next.
I feel like
But
social
black
media
people,
ruined that part though.
but it don't matter if it's black. They gonna jump on that bag where, oh, he's still on the council list. Like
But
his son was posting a picture of them, like
But
P
you know
Diddy's
what's
son.
crazy? If they was talking good about him, everybody would be talking good about him.
that's not really a good example though, because whenever you're talking
No, what
about,
I'm saying is,
but hold on, I'm saying whenever you're talking about like a court case or something like that, and y'all have a settlement, okay, yeah, y'all settle it behind closed doors, and that comes out. You're putting it in the
no, no,
court
no,
of,
no. You're not
hold
understanding
up,
what I'm saying.
you're putting it in the court of public opinion. Then.
Mhm.
So that's liable to happen. That's so I don't think that's a good example.
What I'm saying is, okay, so you don't wanna use that as an example. Okay, so we're gonna say like, they'll jump on the bandwagon for like anything. Like you can post something and say, these people mess my chicken up.
Yeah, they
These
did mine
people,
too.
you might not have went to these people restaurant, but your cousin went and said something. But you gonna post, yeah, my cousin went and said something, but you didn't go.
Yeah.
But you ready to jump on this bandwagon and down somebody else because of your cousin went and said it, and they posting, yeah, girl, I wouldn't have went, but when did you go? Oh, I ain't go.
I was just having the same conversation last night because shout out to J Jack. He been making stuff in Louisiana. He been cooking a lot, and I hear a lot of mixed reviews. I hear a lot of people saying good things about him, and then I hear a lot of people saying uh, oh, his rice not seasoned and all that. So when I was asking around, I heard that and I was like, oh no, I didn't go. They said this, and
Mm-hmm.
then I heard somebody else somebody said something about one of my friends live in Houston. He said something about taste buds, and I'm like, we going out here, and it's like, yeah, but I ain't like this. I'm like, well, you had this, and like, well, no, I heard so and so. It's like,
Yeah, they be
Man,
But they
ready.
go for everybody else's opinion.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Like
and
your
they be
opinion might
quick,
be
and,
different.
and they be quick to jump on the
Like I
bandwagon
always,
to down people
when they
instead of
said
their
that
own
about the
experience.
boudin, when they said that about the boudin, I mean, a lot of people told me that it was good. A lot of people told me that it was all right. A lot of people told me that the same thing they told you. But I'm like, well, I mean, I still never tried it, so I can't say, oh, I'm not gonna try it because somebody else said that. It's just going the same thing. We're gonna watch a movie. You went watch a movie, you might not like it. It might not have been your taste of movie, but I might like it.
Yeah, I don't trust nobody's opinion on TV shows and movies. I give some people a chance, but like one of my close friends that I be talking about shows and stuff about all the time is brother. I do not trust his opinion on nothing because we can be watching the same thing and I'd be like, well, that was a good show. And he'd be like, nah. And then he'll tell me to go watch something. It's like 1 out of 5 times I'd be like, oh, that was actually good. So it's like I don't really trust people's opinions and stuff like that. And then food, I mean, I think I'm an eye person. Like I think if it's rarely something that I can eye and it's wrong. So like if I'm looking at it, most of the time I can kind of tell just with the eye, and most of the time, your eyes don't fail you. Like For me personally, though.
But the movie thing is on Hunted because the color purple. Like everybody got something to say about the color purple movie that they redid, and the stuff that they were saying, I was like, did they not watch the first one? Oh, it's about gay and lesbian. That's the same fucking movie. Like,
Just
did
like
you?
with that new movie, The Book of Clarence. A lot of people saying like it's like a blasphemous movie. A lot of people saying it was a good movie. Like it's supposed to be like a modern day version of mixed with the old story about Jesus getting crucified and all
Hmm.
that. But it's like it's hard to judge these things when you got all
But my
these.
thing is, it's a remake. So how are you going to talk about a remake that is talking about the same thing the original movie was talking about, but now all of a sudden you're like, oh, it's about lesbians. That's what the
That's
first
because that's
movie
the
was
new thing
about.
nowadays, and
I,
they
li-
broadcasting
I was
on the
about to say a
movie.
lot of these remakes though. A lot of people haven't re-seen it; they just remember it, so they're not going back to rewatch it. And a lot of times when they do these movies, you might like okay, they could say Boys in the Hood. If you watch like I haven't seen that movie in a long time, but what I remember, yeah, 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 kids growing up, not getting some trouble, yeah, yeah, kid who had a bright future get killed. That's what I remember. Somebody else could watch that and see a whole different storyline. So I think that also plays a part because whenever you, unless it's those stories with a very the definite, like straight to the point, like exactly what the narrative is. But when you got these movies that don't give you a
Have a
clear
plot
cut,
twist and another plot
yeah, it's
twist.
like you know those movies that end in like a suspense,
Hmm.
and it's like the suspense doesn't tell like okay if it's a murder movie, right? And throughout the movie, it's like five people that could be it, and at the end of the movie, it might get down to three. But some of the details might point towards one or the other one, but it's like it doesn't cancel out these other two, like those type of movies. So it's like it also depends on how good the plot is and all that because you know sometimes they have a lot of movies where because they don't want to have a predictable next movie, so they set it up to where you
Hmm.
don't know what's coming next.
Yeah.
Right.
Which is good. It keeps you like, oh
It,
my
it
god, I
keep
need to see
makes
the
you want to
next
watch
one.
the next. Yeah,
That's just like
that's a good way of putting it.
it's like what is oh sisters. Oh my goodness, that show. It's like we gotta watch the next one and it ends so bad
But
and
that
they don't
goes
have
back
another
though.
one coming. It's like
Oh yeah, they do have a new episode, huh?
yeah.
I know we were supposed to be watching it, but we got invited to be guests on this podcast.
Okay, we wrapping it up, but I'm gonna finish mine and then I'm gonna ask one more question. But so one thing I like about black people and one thing that I don't like about black people. One thing that I like about black people, which is contrary to what some of y'all have said and probably experienced with, but I believe from majority of the time, a lot of the black, I guess, and I also think it goes back to you get what you give, like energy, presence wise, because I give a lot of people the benefit of the doubt, and I don't really look into stuff that I don't need to look into unless I need to do such a thing. So, with that being said, I think one thing I like about black people, and which I've been noticing since I've been in Dallas, is the intentions and camaraderie. Like I've been saying, I told somebody the other day, I'm like, well, I feel like Dallas is like a bigger Atlanta. Like how much it's a lot of black people out here, but not only that, it's a lot of black people out here that are helping others, like
Hmm.
or that are willing to give up so much information and all that. Now, who knows? Some people could be looking at my situation and see a potential monetary gain for them or something
Hmm.
like that. But from what I've been seeing, that's what I've been seeing. Now, one thing that I don't like about black people is I am not a big fan of how everyone feels like they need to voice their opinions on unnecessary or meaningless conversations. Like if you go on social media on all these blog pages and stuff, if you go through the comments, majority of the time it's straight black people, especially if it's about a black person. It's just all these negative or irrelevant comments that have nothing to do that don't benefit them in no way, shape, or form. Yet everyone's in the comments feeling like, and in the comments you can be whoever you want. You can be rich, you could be you could be a billionaire, you could be all this thing. So in the comments you see all these things and all that. I'm like, I just I scroll past it and I don't like that. I don't like when people I don't like when people indulge into unnecessary conversations. Period.
What is that doing for you?
Yeah, like whenever I hear some of y'all be talking sometime and it just does I don't see a beneficial for me. I just kind of like just keep it pushing because there's no point, you know. And if it's entertaining or something, that's different. But you know, like I that just goes back. I'm just very self aware, and I just remove myself from
Yeah, you
all and any scenarios that could potentially bother my peace.
call those keyboard gangsters. They're a thug behind the keyboard. See them in person, they totally different. They ain't talking none of that they typing. None of it.
Nah, it ain't even just on that either. It's everything. If you anything that you can't see that person's face, they gonna act like a video gangster. They gonna try to talk to you like you stupid on the video game. I didn't see dude actually. Oh, I didn't heard dude actually pull up on a dude off a video game.
Oh
He
yeah,
was talking all
they
that
do it all the
noise.
time.
Like it'd be crazy. So imagine if you see that person
I was
that's
just
texting all
playing,
that
dude.
on
It was
social
just a
media.
game.
Oh yeah, that happens all the time. But Dre, you got anything you want to ask or anything?
Uh,
If not, I got one more thing.
no, go ahead.
So before we wrap, you know, as we coming to the end, we didn't get indulged into y'all life and all that because this wasn't one of those episodes. We just kicking it. We'll get y'all solo and really corner y'all and dig into y'all lives. But just for today, so one thing I want to ask is, if you could have you get I'm because I got two, so I give y'all two shows, and it can't be nobody else's that you would recommend somebody to watch. Like great shows that you think are great shows. It could be something you watched previously. It could be something you watch now. It could be a movie, just Netflix, any brand like Hulu, anything. So, what's one thing y'all would like say? Oh, you need to watch this.
Well, it depends on who you talking.
Just say what will you start
like
with.
what you like?
I'm gonna say mine. These are shows that I think that were so good. I think anybody could watch. You don't have to be in a certain kind of thing. So one thing is
Friday.
What? That's not a movie. I mean, that's not. I'm talking about a TV show.
Oh.
Like the two TV shows that I'm talking about, they both both on Netflix. One of them is called School Spirits. I think that's a very great show. It's a short one because it's like one of those limited ones, but they'll bring it back because I know it's great. School Spirits on Netflix. I recommend everybody to watch. I think that was about a 9.5 out of 10 for me. And the other one is on Netflix as well. It's called The Trust. So those are two. I think that one is about a 9 out of 10 as well. So
It was a show. What's the name of that show we watched? Dang.
I think I know.
so far,
Stay close. Stay close on Netflix. And then any Medea movie. Any Medea movie. Mama.
DeAndre.
I'm still thinking. I watch a lot of stuff. So.
I mean, it don't have to be a movie. It could just be something you watching now or
Ozark.
Ozark
was really, really, really good. You know, it's hard to get me to sit down and watch something. So,
antsy fancy.
I mean, what you laughing for? Ozark was really, really good for me, and I don't know what else I watched. It was so good.
Y'all watch that new Kevin Hart?
What?
Lift or something?
Oh, I did watch that. That was good. About a 7.5, 8.
I don't know, man. I really don't have a.
I mean,
it's a lot of shows I can recommend people, man. I can recommend.
Oh, I know one. Secede. No, what
Succeed?
Secede? Secession on Succession on HBO Max and Ozark. I think Ozark was on Netflix. Those two. Now those that's my type of movies. Like Succession and on HBO and then
What was the show I was
um
watching? Netflix
Ozark.
on the way back here. Remember?
Take
That's what it's called.
with the girl and the kids at the club.
Yeah.
Yeah,
When she
that.
changed her life. Yeah, that one was fire. Yeah, I would recommend that one too.
You
And
can't get mine.
Yeah.
uh
I mean, y'all ain't never watched the show. It's like, dang, that's a good show. Like, I could think
Yeah,
of a
we
lot.
did.
man, look, I put it to you like this. I watch so many shows, bro. I don't even be remembering the name.
Like, I mean, if I'm throwing stuff out there, like Stranger Things, that was real good.
Yeah, Stranger Things. That was.
I think for him, Friday.
That's a movie.
Yeah, but that's a
I
movie.
thought you said movie.
Series.
But everybody didn't watch.
Yeah,
I mean,
like,
that's something we going off of.
I'm trying,
Recommended
like,
shows.
this is to put somebody on.
Yeah.
A series.
What's that? Flash.
Yeah, but I mean, that's everybody. We saying like something recent.
Not
No,
necessarily.
anything.
I mean, Flash is not. It's not something I would recommend people watch. I mean,
Like, I would recommend like Bel Air.
yeah, Bel Air. I mean, if you want to go
BMF,
by like
Power. Stuff
yeah,
like that.
Power,
Yeah.
Arrow.
Raising
I mean,
Canaan.
yeah,
BMF.
I mean, but those is
yeah,
The
but those
comment,
givens though.
yeah,
Yeah, I
those
mean,
are
they
givens.
people gonna watch that. I mean,
something that they
if people ain't watching the Tyler Perry's shows though, they need to hop on that. They sleep. He got a lot of shows.
All the
but they
Queen's
all good.
Men.
Yeah. Sisters, the team up.
Sisters.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, we appreciate y'all for stopping by.
We appreciate you for having us.
You know,
Anytime.
joining us. I've been trying to get on for a while.
We have.
And, something just said, let y'all get on today. So we had y'all. We appreciate it. On a positive note, though, we will be dropping when this is out. I should be then dropped, or I'll be dropping the day after this is out. Tune into that. Follow us on social media. We got a second drop coming. It should be in February. Also being tuned for that. Be on tour. Be on standby for tour dates for the tour coming up. Just be looking. We got a lot of things coming. We working. So yeah, DeAndre, you got anything to promote?
Nah, I don't have nothing to promote right now, but I just want to tell y'all we appreciate it.
Food.
Oh yeah, that I mean I am about to start selling plate lunches. So if y'all in the DFW area, come by, come holler at me. Definitely gonna take care of you. But I really wanted to say this on a positive note. I want to appreciate everybody that's been watching, everybody that's been in the circle this whole time. We thank y'all. Y'all might not see it, but we thank y'all. We definitely got more to come.